Let's do this thing.
Well, then we'll start right now. Okay.
All right.
We're taking the podcast in a strange, dare I say, brave new direction.
Say it.
No,
Yeah.
I do not. I wouldn't dare.
I'm too much of a coward.
And plus, we spent like over an hour with technical issues, or I spent an hour with technical issues, not only doing them, but troubleshooting them while we played Putt Party on Discord. So it was even more difficult.
And I lost both matches.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even know that I beat you the second time because I was trying to fix my Discord audio.
You were 2 under, I was 1 under.
Anyway, it is
what is this? Just a couple guys having a conversation? Who the hell wants to listen to that?
No.
And mostly we just go over the fact that
Natalie hates non-binary people
and
drugs are fun.
And also Doug.
He is cold, hollow, and violent.
And at the end of the day, we will wrap all this up with our number one idiom, our number one message, our theme, which generally is
shut the hell up, bitch.
But really, we love all of you, our fellow
headstrong, stubborn, quibbling, self-centered, vindictive, obnoxious, hormonal, sexually preoccupied, evil, thieving, cross-dressing jerks.
I don't know if you could do that on YouTube, Natalie, by the way, but
you can smoke cigarettes. I can smoke cigarettes. Can you?
I don't know. That's why I said I don't know. Who cares? We don't get many views. Although we still got even though with like 20 views on a video one time, we got it flagged for COVID misinformation once. And I was like, what? I don't know how. Nice. That's when I should have realized that, yeah, we do get our, all of our episodes are transcribed automatically somehow. But yet still, nice. I didn't put that together till like, I don't know, what was it, like 4 weeks ago? Episode 116 or whatever instead of episode 40 or something. But,
that's
transcripts.
Okay. Oh, how I wish I could believe or understand that.
But, episode 120.
Everybody's telling us to stop doing what we're trying to do.
And we are not.
Go kill yourself. Go sit in the middle of the road and let a car run over you.
Instead of listening to the show.
But, that's a much better use of your time.
But no, we are trying something different. So hopefully for the listeners of the show, it doesn't affect it too much. Write in, if you have any ideas for the show. Send a postcard, send a letter with a self-addressed envelope so we can write you back.
Send it on the back of a $20 bill.
Yeah, that's right. NPR.
I was trying to remember what it was in our fair city,
yes.
The car talk. They'd say the answer to the puzzler.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Harvard Square.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Cambridge,
Ma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Dead air.
Wow, that's an old one. Nice. I feel like it's been a while.
Let's see. I know that you were looking at the New York Post.
Yeah. I want to read, actually.
I've got, things going on in my life, but no one cares about that.
No one cares. But, yeah, it's rainy. The weather's been rainy. Move on. Let's go. No, I'm just kidding. But it has been.
Yeah, same here, actually. It was rainy yesterday, at least. It was rainy, and the Seahawks won. It was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
It was right after I was done being a hater. They came back and won it. So
I didn't watch it.
For all those 1% of our listeners that also watch the Seahawks, it was pretty nice. It was fun. It was unexpected. But what were you reading?
Smoke alarm. Hang on a second. It's going to be good for the copy.
So Speaking of technical issues.
Sorry. I forgot that I put it back together. It's actually off of Umberto and I were just talking about how we took down all of our smoke alarms because we wanted to smoke weed inside.
Oh,
and
jeez, Natalie.
I know.
That was good feedback that I got from the fire department. Oh, yeah, that's right. Thumbs up. That I got from the fire department, which I didn't know how to take. Was they're like, well, we could see that. Good for you. You had all of your smoke detectors up. I'm like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, that really did me a lot of good. Thanks.
Yeah, it really helped everyone clear the place.
I'm sure my dogs really enjoyed it.
Oh, no, come on. Yeah, they were just freaking out as the smoke detectors went off and they slowly passed. Yeah, very cool.
No,
thanks.
They fell asleep.
Thanks for this Monday. No, I know they did. Hey, I saw this on Blue Sky. Shout out to Blue Sky in general, but and if you're on Blue Sky, hit me up. Inane Blather's on there, of course. InaneBlather.bluesky.app. But I'm on there as well. Just ask me or you can find me. I'm not putting my shit out there anymore. But
after last time.
Yeah. But I saw this dad says, "What are you drinking, son?" Son says, "Soy milk." Dad says, "Hola, milk. Yo soy padre." Yeah. That was good. I thought it was pretty good. Even though
that was, and I don't say this lightly, worse than 100 September 11th.
So what were you reading on New York Post besides that it was rainy in Seattle?
Yeah, so okay. Well, I would just like to read to start off with the top comment.
Okay.
It's like nice.
That's fun.
You know. Top comment here is like, yeah, you know, people are people. They have families. Everybody is like, you know, has a mom. A lot of people have siblings. People have family and all this kind of stuff. Regardless of all these political things.
Everybody poops.
Everybody's a person. So, his name on here.
Don't quote me on
David,
that, though.
David Eberhardt, top comment. My sister lives in a major East Coast city and is therefore in lockstep with the blue crowd. Amazing how crowd psychology influences people to conform. Anyways, we differ greatly on Trump, but that hasn't stopped us from having a healthy relationship because we're focused on caring for our elderly mother. We agree to not discuss politics. I'd love to change her mind, but instead prioritize loving each other and our mother. And someone commented below that, Nancy Lee. My sister has lived in Fulton County since graduating college, her whole adult life. She too has the urban plague. We follow your routine and avoid politics. We love each other, and politics is just a tiny part of our lives. And it's like, that's nice. You know, regardless of how maybe like kind of condescending or whatever it is, it's like, I love my sister, you know, they're in my life. And it's like, you know, we all have these things in common. And I want to say the title of this article, written by our cousin, Piers Morgan, is Memo to the Wailing, Whining Wokesters Still Losing It Over Trump Win. Shut up!
You know, we just gotta, we gotta agree on something, or just don't broach the subject. It's like making sure to put it in the headline, seeking out these people. Shut up!
All caps.
You're the one talking. You're the one writing the article. Jesus Christ!
Oh,
Suck me from the
man.
back.
Piers.
Who's
whining though? I mean, there is. There's that small
too.
contingent of crazy blue MAGA libs that were actually talking about the election being stolen, but that was quelled pretty quickly. Sure. Thank God.
I'll read this to you in my best Piers Morgan impression. So,
you're like, oh my God,
first it was funny.
I'm Piers Morgan. I think that's how he sounds.
It's me, Piers Morgan. Yeah. At first it was funny, watching the whole woke brigade predictably lose its collective shit over Donald Trump's stunning comeback win made me laugh out loud. Not because they're always
I told
telling
your
us what a
parents that
loser
would
he
take
is.
care of you from Master Wayne.
That's Piers.
Shut up.
Yeah, it made me laugh out loud, not least because they're always telling us what a terrible loser he is. But now, 2 weeks later, these incessantly wailing, whining, woke wastrels, man, he likes those alliterations, have become a constant irritant to my eyes, my ears, and my intestines.
So stop
So you're
eating.
shitting your pants a
Stop
lot,
eating
okay?
newspaper.
And in the words
I
of
eat
network-
paper all the time. Doesn't make me sick. He's right. Paper doesn't make you sick.
Yeah. He had a big mud pie. He hadn't had such a sloppy mud pie.
Yeah, exactly.
You little poopy bitch.
Okay.
In the words of network movie star Peter Finch, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Oh, God. Shut
It started.
Speaking of shutting up, just shut up. What the fuck? You're going to
That's
quote
what he's
network right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep going. Just.
It started with the howling. Video after video of hysterical, mainly female Democratic voters literally shrieking dementedly into their phone cameras and posting their tormented anguish to the world. Then they started shaving their hair off, borrowing from the radical feminist 4B movement originating in South Korea, which there is no link to that. And I mean, I know that there's this whole kind of connect. It's different, you know, whatever. But it
Yeah.
is interesting that he just like says that without any sort of link to whatever. But
what does shaving your head have to do with the 4B movement?
there's just like too much. They're just drawing parallels because they both said like boycott on sex and stuff like that, and it's
Yeah.
like that's not anything. Who was talking about that? R.M. Brown was like, that goes back like long time ago that women would be like, no, stop fucking these men. This is like our
Yeah.
only way. I mean, for a long time, like to protest, you know,
Yeah.
it's like, well, we can make it known because we don't, you know, like have jobs or like influence at all in society. So, you know, this is like blah blah blah. But anyways, so back to Piers.
Yeah, you
Then
think
they
that's
vowed
new?
never to have sex again. Yeah. They vowed never to have sex again. Quote, fuck being skinny, shouted one in a viral TikTok clip. Fuck being hot. Fuck being all the things that the patriarchy wants us to be. Because clearly they don't give a shit about us. Stop dating men. Stop having sex with men. Stop talking to men. Divorce your husbands. Leave your fucking boyfriends. Leave them. I hesitate to point out the bleeding obvious here that no man in his right mind would want to be around such an unhinged lunatic anyway. Then came the liberal exodus.
What does Piers's wife look like?
I don't know.
Jamie, pull that up.
I think that he would have one.
Jamie.
Yeah, he would pull that. Can we get that clip?
Yeah, let's see. Okay, keep reading.
Yeah. Then came the liberal exodus from Elon Musk's X, led by author Stephen King, who declared, I'm leaving Twitter. Tried to stay, but the atmosphere has just become too toxic. At which point, I heard another piercing howl as irony died. The same Mr. King has been one of the foremost contributors to the toxic atmosphere for years, spewing his hateful bile at anyone who disagrees with his self-righteous worldview. And I want to stop here and say, Piers, what people are talking about when they're saying disgustingness on Twitter, they're talking about Nazis. They're talking about people saying really horrible, racist, disgusting gas chamber shit, enslaving people,
Nick
cotton picking, all that kind of stuff.
Your body, my choice.
Yeah,
that was going around everywhere.
Like lowering the age of consent, you know, those kinds of things. That's what they're talking about. Not someone who's being a self-righteous liberal.
This is the side that you're on. Is people like people just sending rape threats to women incessantly after the election was called in Trump's favor, constantly, and then saying, cry more, just wait. You know, your body, my choice.
Yeah.
Because of Nick Fuentes.
They'll have some t-shirts out, you know, it used to be like lubricate their AK with liberal tears. I'm sure
Trump that bitch.
Disgusting use to lubricate, you know, something to lubricate with that. You know, because they're rapists and they want to rape women, especially young women, especially like teenage girls, actually. Not even, I would say,
exactly the type of people that have to be described as shrieking, as Piers would say. Because when he's talking about people complaining or being losers, of course he goes to mostly female, which just isn't true. That's just what he sees. And that's what you see in the media, because people like him are the media that are highlighting this sort of thing. Like, what do you expect, Piers? You absolute dingbat. You idiot. You're part of this. You're part of this entire ecosystem. You're feeding this. You're taking slop from TikTok. Like, just taking a TikTok example from this woman talking about don't fuck horrible men, the patriarchy is bad, etc., etc. Body positivity, men are bad. Hashtag patriarchy. You know what? That TikTok, whatever it was, didn't have to come out after Trump got elected. That TikTok could have been from 2019. It could have been from 2022. You're just using it now because you're a misogynist creep who is just wants to talk down to and endanger, really, liberal women. That's what you like to do. That's what Piers Morgan likes to do. Piers Morgan loves to pick on women that, especially when he knows he can get away with it because they're privileged women. Look at how he treats like the royal family people, Meghan Markle. Oh my God. You know, imagine if you're a mixed race and you can't really say anything back to Piers Morgan. Jesus criminy. He needs a towel stuffed in his mouth and be pushed off of a cruise ship for the things that he does on British TV. He's disgusting. He's a freak.
Yeah.
I just don't understand the appeal of this guy. I don't get it. But except for like doing this, like reading through his articles in bewilderment, you know, as like a spectacle, or having him moderate an insane like cable news type of program where you have like Hassan Piker and Rabbi Shmuley yelling at each other or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I get that, but it's like, but that could be anyone. It doesn't have to be Piers Morgan. It's just, he's just another punchable face in between two people that want to punch each other. Like,
yeah.
it's just like, it just, you know, kind of is this like soft punchable medium, you know, for like, for people to direct their anger towards and kind of dissipate so that debate can occur or something. Like, he's just a net drain on societal discourse in general. And
Truly.
At the end of the day, I really kind of like him. No, he's I think he's a top tier journalist, and you know, and I think
the left maximizes evil.
And there's it's good that we have people like Piers Morgan at the forefront of real just centrist, no nonsense, common sense stuff. Because
how do I possibly figure out this impossible riddle? Thank you, life, you asshole.
I just need people like Piers. Real, just normal go-getters.
He's really got an eye for it too. You know, he just has like such like really good commentary about things. Like,
it's really
he just
in
really,
touch.
Yeah, that's what I would say that I like the most about him is he has a lot to add to a conversation. You know, like he can really.
He knows how to push things forward, ask the right questions, really, really glean proper information and connect the dots. Create a narrative that moves conversation forward and develops intelligent conversation.
And like kind of makes you really question your own like biases and things like that. He like really confronts you.
Sorry.
With these, you're really confronted with like your own kind of shortcomings, and like it's like that's a really good. I hadn't really thought about it that way, and like you put it in such a tone that I'm like not defensive, you know, and like you really just like kind of led me to this point while me kind of thinking I'm leading myself there, you know, and just like us getting there together and being like, wow, we do have this shared like common understanding of this, and like we're better people for this conversation, you know. That's, you know,
and that's Piers Morgan in our eyes. And
we all know. Yes.
And scene.
I was gonna say, and if you actually sincerely think all of those things genuinely in your heart,
Death penalty. It's immediate death penalty.
You would be, if you really thought those things, you would be, I would like to know you because you're the strangest person I could possibly imagine.
imagine meeting that person in the wild, just like sitting down at an airport bar or something. You're waiting, they're like, you know who I really like is that Piers Morgan fella.
Yeah.
You know,
Just real straight shooter,
taking his plane to Dallas. I always watch that Piers Morgan fella. I feel like I really learn more about the world, you know. I feel like I'm kind of in my own bubble, you know, but I watch that Piers Morgan fella, and he really kind of opens my eyes to different ideas. And, like, you know, I feel more continental, and I listen to both sides, you know what I mean? You know, be like, is there something?
And he listens to both sides.
Is there something in your drink? You know, is there something wrong with
Piers
you?
Morgan?
Yeah. You're also a 5'1" Latina woman. I don't understand why you're talking like that. They're like, please call 911. They're like, oh yeah, just talking about Piers Morgan. We'll be right there. Oh boy.
Where have you been, Natalie?
Is there more to
Right
it?
here, the New York Post.
Or is
yeah,
he just
so
whining? You know what's funny?
You
know what? He's just whining the whole time.
About people whining. That's what he's like. That's, yeah. And I mean, you can't even touch on the fact that it's like, yeah, if there are a lot of like women, especially being upset, you know, it's because of like the abortion stuff, you know, like that actually does matter to some people.
It's probably because a rapist was elected president. That could have something to do with it.
That guy that's like, you know, been said in an interview that he was thinking about his 1-year-old daughter's breasts developing is like, that's
probably
the president
because
now, and women don't really
instead
like
of the
that.
first woman president, they elected a man legally, credibly, like confirmed sexual assaulter. Like instead of the first woman president, we got a rapist who helped overturn Roe versus Wade. Gosh, why don't women like this guy? It's like, but yet still, I mean, white women vote for him anyway. We talked about that last week. White women are dumb.
I don't even want to get into that. I just can't even any fucking white woman listening that voted for Trump, fuck you. Not that anyone would be on here, but fuck you if you're listening. Yeah. Just like, wow.
Psychotic,
like you really
deranged.
Yep.
You really hate women. But anyways, so let's see.
Yep.
There was an exodus of left-wingers, like exactly.
Trying to bring up some old ones. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
We have a lot on here.
In the UK, the boycott has been even more amusing, with the left-wing Guardian newspaper quitting X after offering therapy counseling to staff traumatized.
They went to Blue Sky.
And even a bridge now joining in.
I'm trying to get the little
actual
little fireworks. I forget how to do it. God dang it. Second week in a row. I haven't remembered how to do it.
It's like point or something like that. But I can't remember. And even a bridge now joining in. Yes, an actual bridge. The Clifton Suspension Bridge Museum.
An actual bridge.
Yeah, and you should get over it, Piers. Nice.
Bridges.
Very small rocks.
And
located in Bristol in the west of England, announced it was also departing X, quote, with the rise of inappropriate content and decrease in meaningful engagement with our followers, we have chosen to no longer post to this account. Oh no! That's what he says. Oh no!
Yeah. Literally,
like,
literally, bro. So what?
And it's
why do you care?
And he's like, "Where on earth will I go now for my Clifton Suspension Bridge updates?" And it's like, "Yeah, but you're the one. Again, you're the one talking about this.
Yes.
No one else would truly give a shit.
Are you asking or not?
Yeah, like
ask them. Did they say where they're going to be posting? If you want to know, they're probably on Threads or Blue Sky. I mean, if you don't want to know, why are you bringing it up? Like I always loved on Twitter following those like national parks accounts or the unofficial ones that are like there's like the Mount St. Helens and Mount Shasta and Mount Rainier. There was like the mountain accounts. They were really funny. They like talk to each other and stuff like that. It's just fun, you know?
Yeah.
But
I like the Washington State Department of Transportation. They have
oh
some
yeah,
funny stuff.
sure. And like important stuff, you know? So, I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
it's like very convenient to have them
yeah.
posting like stuff in real time.
Sure.
When you have like a mountain
school
pass and
district,
shit like
if
that.
you have
Yeah.
kids, like, come on, you know? Anyway.
Yeah. If all this sounds completely insane, it's because it is, and it's been fueled by media that have also lost their minds.
Oh wait,
The source
media.
of this
What
hysteria,
media?
yeah.
Media.
The
Who's
source
that?
of this hysteria and delusion has been the mainstream media, said Dr. Drew Pinsky told Fox News host Sean Hannity.
Dr. Drew? That's Dr.
Yeah.
Drew.
Dr. Drew Pinsky, yeah.
Oh
he knows.
My God.
The American public has been propagandized to the point that they have literally become mentally ill.
Oh,
and the thing about delusionality is that it can't be reasoned with. We've been through a stage of delusion that started with the first Trump presidency and was put into absolute orbit with COVID. He's right. These people have had their brains fried for 8 years.
Depends on what people you're talking about, though. I mean, it's all kind of true.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, the first Trump presidency
when what?
made some people very crazy, and then COVID really ramped it up. And it's like, yeah, you're right. Oh, wait, which people are we talking about? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, we're talking about different people?
That's the joke.
Oh, I get you. Yeah.
These people have had their brains fried by 8 years of three. This is the worst sentence. These people have had their brains fried by 8 years of 3 very damaging medical conditions. 8 years of 3 is exactly. I'm like, God, fucking, did you just sit down and just like type this off? God.
Oh, man. I don't even know what to put for that. Jeez.
Genuinely.
I'm gonna come over there and physically assault you with this champagne bottle and break it over your stupid Joker face.
Oh, this is Piers.
They should definitely not be with guns telling people what to do. These guys.
That's
Definitely.
all I know.
8 years of 3 very damaging medical conditions. Whew. Trump derangement syndrome and 2 viruses.
My God.
Coronavirus and what Elon Musk calls
the woke mind virus. Oh.
And it sent them utterly stark raving bonkers.
Bonkers!
I know.
Fucking British piece of shit. Fuck you.
I realized this when
You're
I was watching
rubbish.
MSNBC.
You're rubbish, Piers. You go in the bin,
rubbish.
mate.
Yes,
You
yeah,
go in the
go in
bin.
the bin. Take a lift out to the street.
Yeah.
You know?
We'll throw you in a lorry, take you to where the bins go. On Tuesday.
On Tuesday, ain't it? Yeah.
Master Wine. I'm Michael Caine.
You little poopy bitch.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Man.
Oh,
I
this
love
one is a
him.
good one. I realized this when I watched MSNBC's Resident Basket Case, in parentheses, a British term for someone incapacitated from functional normality by extreme anxiety.
We know what basket case means.
But I think that sentence, it's so ugly. The way he writes
Yeah.
it's so fucking hard to read.
Yeah, it
It's
takes
so...
a true basket case to write that fucking definition. What are you talking about,
know.
Piers?
Incapacitated from functional normality by extreme anxiety. Joy Reid interviewing a Yale University psychiatrist who solemnly advised viewers whose family members voted for Trump to snub them over the upcoming holidays. As
Snub
Reid
'em.
nodded along
Snub 'em.
enthusiastically to this crazed shrink's outlandish claptrap, I realized she couldn't help herself. The madness is now too deep. Claptrap, that is a funny thing to see in here, but
Not if you
equally
play
demented-
Borderlands. You see claptraps all the time.
True. Yeah. There's a joke.
Not
that,
if
but
you
I
play
can't quote it quite
Borderlands.
Right,
No,
but
just
on
kidding.
Arrested Development. But,
I was exposed
and equally
as doing a
demented.
giant fraud.
Democratic politicians are showing no sign of learning a single lesson from their election drubbing, whatever the fuck that means.
I mean, that's true, but I sincerely think, I definitely think we're about to hear a different take than mine right now.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker has vowed to keep his state open to transgender treatment for minors and for gender-affirming trans athletes to compete in women's sports and be able to use the girls' and women's bathrooms.
Socialists
this despite
for
the
Pritzker.
revelation that the Republicans' most effective campaign ad was one that proclaimed Kamala's for they, them, Trump's for you. Which, frankly, I say is like a pretty good campaign ad, honestly. I mean, it's kind of clever, but...
Sure.
Did you see that one?
Yeah.
I don't think that was like
it's
huge
like so is
factor in
I
it,
mean,
but,
so is Trump's entire campaign of "I alone can fix it." It's like, but
totally.
that's what
I mean, of
that's
course,
what's
yeah,
but that's what the Kamala campaign and the entire DNC seems to just for some reason not realize is, you know what's effective? Lying. It's just like it's just crafting a good narrative that really gets to people and just lying your ass off. It's like, you know, that's why people don't trust you now because you don't get stuff done. Oh, and also because people never trusted politicians ever. Because they always lie and they always have lied. That's like the number one most amazing thing about George Washington is that he couldn't tell a lie. Wow! It's like, that's insane, bro. Like,
yeah, I don't believe it.
yeah. Or Abraham Lincoln, Honest Abe. And it's like, shh, that guy got shot.
An honest politician, talk about it.
Yeah, right.
Death penalty.
Yeah.
But, yeah, an Honest Abe, you know who he liked? Yeah. Dang it. I wish I was better at this. Oh, you know what Honest Abe, what his final words actually were?
I love Karl Marx.
And then the bullet just went right
just
through
in the middle of
the front of his skull. Karl Marx wrote him letters. He was known to be somewhat of a fan. Karl Marx held the belief that the issue of slavery in the United States
would be handled by the free hand of the market.
Yeah. Was one of the most pressing most important issues of the time. In terms of socialist consciousness, class issues. I mean, it was so obvious, this insane class divide, that
talk about not
needed to be rectified. Yeah.
Oh my god, all I can think, the only thing that's stuck in my head now like a fucking song is means of production, and I can think of no other, not being able to see the fruits of your labor or anything, truly
yeah, right? Yeah. You don't even you're not even a wage slave. You're just a slave, bro. It's like, that's
Straight
crazy.
up, yeah.
We did that? Yeah. Whoa. That's how Natalie is learning history. No.
I've never heard of that before.
She's like, yeah.
What?
I've never heard of that before. That'd be a good drop. Oh, man.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to say, it's also funny that, Kamala's for they, them, Trump's for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, you guys hate pronouns, but you is also a pronoun.
Yeah.
So... but
this is
only
pronouns
a couple
are
more
gay,
sentences left.
so you are gay.
Yeah. Don't say you. Yeah, Natalie are gay. That is true. But okay, Trump's for you. They just don't get it. As the election results
Trump's
showed, Americans across the entire spectrum of race, gender, and creed have had enough of this woke garbage.
Can you take me? Oh. Creed.
And the more that toddler tantrum throwing liberals gnash their teeth, stamp their feet, shave their hair, dump their Republican men, and scream into social media cyberspace about Trump since he delivered such a resounding repudiation of everything they stand for, the more ridiculous and irrelevant they sound. I'm not laughing at them now. I pity them.
You pity them?
and scene. It really, I just feel
This is
like
the worst music I've ever heard. Honestly, this is like truly offensive.
Like, do you
like,
though, or is it really bothering you that Piers, that you're talking this up, and this really isn't happening? The whole issue with conservatives right now, the real issue, what's going on, and why they're so bothered by this, is that what Piers just described isn't happening. It's nothing like 2016. Like, people are just resigned to, like, either pure just despair and disappointment, or, well, we got to settle in for a rough go and we got to fight back because fucking Democrats didn't do shit. You know? That's what it is going forward. The Republicans took everything, right? The Democrats didn't put up anything worth of a fight, and now we have Trump again, and he's already...
It's Trump again.
And I mean, I don't know if you saw the headline. He confirmed.
Which one? Yeah.
I mean, oh yeah. We're going to talk all about his basket case cabinet picks, including axe murderer wielding defense secretary.
Mm-hmm.
And
I always think the term axe murderer means like you kill axes. That's how I always think of it. You know?
That's what it means.
Oh, okay. Nice.
But
yeah, Pete Hegseth.
Yes. Trump confirms plans to use military to deport migrants after declaring a national emergency.
Yeah.
Potentially using military resources. Trump's plan aims to impact around 20 million families, initially targeting undocumented migrants with criminal backgrounds. Initially. Of course, he's going to expand it after that, unless, of course, the blowback is so significant and severe, which it could be. Remember, like, how the Muslim ban actually went down when it first happened?
Yeah.
What a mess! What a nightmare! It didn't work.
Stressful. Oh my God.
Just fucked everything up in like 6 hours. And it did not last very long. It sucks that it even happened. And he still implemented draconian bullshit and stuff like that because he could, because you have the Department of Homeland Security and yada, yada, yada. You know, I mean, I just saw, gosh, I just showed Sophia because it came up in my YouTube shorts, that classic clip of Hassan Piker realizing, like, on air, like on stream, that he gets racially profiled at the airport when he realizes, like, wait, you guys don't all get checked for bomb residue? That's not just a normal part of going through TSA check? And they're like, oh, honey, no.
I've never had that happen.
I'm a white person. That doesn't happen to me. He's like, you don't have to, they check your hands, they go up and down and they do that. And it's like, no, bro, LMAO. No, dude. And he's like eating and kind of stops. He's like, what? That's not a normal thing. It's like all that stuff, you know. Anyway, but
I think that's really interesting. Yeah, that's really interesting because I feel like Hassan is so, to me, like white passing. Like, I mean, he
not
just
in
looks,
an airport.
Like
You've got an ID.
I mean. Like,
and
they got their
your name is Hassan.
Bit. I guess they're looking at your bet. Yeah, your name's Hassan.
Yeah,
but that's really because I'm like, he just looks like some big hot guy. Like, to me, because I'm not some TSA
he looks like
agent,
a 6'4" Turkish man named Hassan. They're like, he's an immediate threat.
Yeah, that's so funny that I don't think of him. Like, he lives in California with his like mom. Like, he's like a little
he drives an electric car.
Yeah.
But yeah, Trump aides suggested the military might be involved with plans for large-scale camps to hold deportees. So it's like, I don't know how this is going down. This is like my number one thing. There's so much that can go wrong, but this has been my number one thing that I've been worried about since initially realizing, well, before the election happened, that Trump was probably going to win, and that this is something that he could actually do and would want to do, and that he could implement and actually get away with. And it's like, makes me sick to my fucking stomach. And especially around here, where I am, where there are a lot of undocumented migrant workers. There are a lot of documented people that still have problems with their papers. You never know. I have a good friend. Man, he ended up in jail for a year. Perfectly.
Oh my God.
Great guy. Pillar of the community now. He was gone. He was in jail for a year because of problems with his papers. Ended up getting caught up literally traffic moving violation issues, led to checking papers, led to overstayed visa, led to problems with his social security thing. In jail. Yeah.
And ironically, straight to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's and that was during the Obama administration, you know? So it's if it doesn't get immediate blowback and is stopped, I don't know if blowback and protests would be even enough. Literally, I mean, Trump's base has to see this happening and be disgusted, because I think most people would, but at the same time, I don't know. This shit happens. You wonder how these things happen, how people stand by and are okay with people being loaded into camps. I mean, that happens. Countries do this, and people stand by, and they send their husband to work on the train to take people to the camps. They think it's the right thing for the country. I mean, it's sick.
Yeah.
It only takes 35% support, you know. That's all it takes until you get a nice forceful little political takeover and go from there. It happened less than 100 years ago in a Western country. But do we have the strength of will? Probably.
These headphones, God damn it, these headphones, keeps connecting and disconnecting from my laptop. And when it does that, it tells me over it, and it talks over anything that I'm listening to. Well, it's in the other room, but
yeah,
it's just a really fucking annoying feature of it.
Sounds like
but
something that mine would do.
I was thinking about, our friend Ann Coulter talking to our other friend Vivek Ramaswamy and telling him that she was very, very comfortable on camera, very comfortable saying that even though he was born in America, he's an American. He's as American as apple pie and I don't know.
Hard to pronounce last names.
Yeah.
And Silicon Valley.
Yeah, she would not feel comfortable voting for him because he's not American enough. She straight up said, 3 generations in is when you're American enough, as a brown person, to be considered American. And that's something that
for us, it would literally be our dad. It would be, that's the 3rd generation in to America. Damn. Come on. Jesus Christ. The fuck? Just because the first the first immigrant in from over there, of course, is white, but probably slightly swarthier, hairy Welsh guy that was 5'2" or something like that, with big meaty hands working in coal mines. No one, he was some immigrant. It's just disgusting. But I forget where I was going with that. So the thing is, they don't have this wailing, gnashing of teeth pushback. They don't have this liberal tears bullshit that they think. It really does. I mean, all of my terminally online stuff, we were talking about this before the show, but the whole liberal exodus and left, but all these libs are going now. You can see them. But the liberal exodus to blue sky from Twitter has got all of these conservative trolls underwear in a bunch because now they don't have libs to make fun of on Twitter. And it's you've been so mad at the libs and you've been telling them, don't like it, then leave. And finally they all leave. They have their own thing. They're oh, now you just run off to a little echo chamber. Yeah, leave me alone. I don't want to hang out with you.
Here?
Oh,
yeah.
now
like you
now
want to
just
hang out, bro?
Now just because our views are wildly different and we don't share the same morals, you don't want to have Thanksgiving dinner with me? Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my
Do you
daughter
wanna have
is
Thanksgiving
trans.
dinner with me?
Yeah, you've been calling me indirectly a pedophile for 4 years for raising a trans child. Fuck you. Straight up. Like, I don't want to sit next to you.
I guess
at
it's
the
like
very
kind of
least, apologize and do some introspection. How about you have to talk to me, bitch, and talk about why you've been saying what you've been saying. Why did you make that vote? Like, actually explain it. Actually come to terms with the reasoning that you've been going through. Come to terms with how you've been duped. Accept the fact that you've been swindled. Just accept the fact that you were wrong. That's what half of these Trump voters really are. Just people that don't want to admit that they're wrong. They're people that are just like disaffected people on in the Democratic side who are at least willing to admit, like people that are too far to the left for the Democrats are like, these people just aren't good enough for me. I don't like them, you know? But then there's people on the right who are like, well, but that's our guy. That's Trump. And it's like, no, you don't have to like him. You don't have to stand up for this guy. Just because you're a right-winger or you're a lifelong Republican, you don't have to fucking vote for him. You don't have to stand up for him. You don't have to rationalize his policies or his rhetoric or anything. Stand up for yourself, for God's sake. Have some backbone. Explain your own thoughts, your own values, you're talking about you have differences of opinion. What is your opinion? Not Trump's opinion, not Hegseth's opinion, or, what's his name? Gutfeld's opinion. What is your actual opinion? I want to hear it. Because I think you want to hear it. Because I don't think you've told it to yourself yet. You know? I don't think you've made up your mind. Truly.
I feel like the thing is, like, they just don't really believe what they're saying. It's like, that's the thing where it's like, yeah, you guys are all out here, like, when you say pedophile and when I say pedophile, like, it really means something when I say it or when I call these people that, you know, like, my words, like, these are reflecting my actual values. You're just saying,
I
like,
want children
these
to
things
be
because,
safe.
yeah, it's like really what I'm really, really thinking about. I feel like whatever, I'm condescending and all this. It's like, I just don't think you know what you're fucking saying. You're just like caught up in like a sports team. Like you don't know. Like it's like, well, why couldn't we put this aside? It's like, how could you put aside pedophilia? I can't put that aside. I can't put aside, white supremacy. I can't put these things aside because it's politics or whatever. And we can just put that, leave that at the door. We're talking about the rape of women and girls, or anybody, but specifically
It's
some
like,
of these things,
it's like the
like
age-old
those
abortion
mean
thing.
something. Yeah.
It's like, do you really think that it's okay for abortion to be up to the states? What do you think about abortion? What actually is your opinion? Do you actually just think, well, it should be a states thing? Why do you think that? Have you ever thought this through? When did you ever sit down and think this through?
What do
so you think it's okay to murder babies in one state if they think it's okay? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, what is your moral?
Sit down and write this out on a sheet of paper or something. Come back to me later, okay? Mm-hmm. Think for yourself, please. We're missing some critical thinking in the chat.
Wake up, sheeple.
We need some critical thinking in the subreddit. Here, people, come on. Mm-hmm.
Our pets' heads are falling off!
And we're doing nothing about it. Okay, Lloyd. I can't get that part off the end.
Oh, yeah.
But, it's
not good.
I don't know how long we've been going because we've been doing this different recording style now. I don't have a counter.
I was recording it.
Oh, okay. Good. I probably should have been recording a backup.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that we talked about it. We talked about whatever. It's like our values and stuff. It's like that's like kind of the
Our
underpinning
values
of
are under
like
attack. It's true. This country's yours and mine. It's the home of the brave and free. It's a place for you and me. Ah, na 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 na. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time.
Gotta get this country back on track. Our values are under
Our
attack.
values are under attack.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to say at least we're not Russia, because you know what? USA, USA. We're sitting here talking shit. I talk about blowing up the White House, and there's transcripts of me saying stuff like this. And here on the New York Post, it says, shocking plunge. Russian ballet dancer who criticized Putin's invasion of Ukraine falls 60 feet to his death. Like, straight up, it's like mysteriously he fell off a balcony 60 feet, you know, after...
Fell down an elevator shaft under some bullets, you know?
Yeah. I'm not saying the United States won't jail you and stuff like that, but this kind of stuff, that doesn't really happen here too much, you know? Like, people straight up, I mean, like, what's her face? What's her name? Kathy Griffin? Like, decapitated Trump and stuff like that.
Not if you're
like,
within...
you know,
if you're an American...
trouble,
I don't know. I mean, look at what happened to Jamal Khashoggi. I mean, Saudi nationals cut him apart with a bone saw and nothing happened to him. They walked out of the embassy with him in a bag.
But he's a journalist. He deserved it.
I mean, look at what happened to all those people that got held without trial for years in Guantanamo Bay. Look at what happens to people every single fucking day held without charge in jail in America, the country with the highest number of inmates at any time on Earth,
but it's
no
not
matter
gonna
what.
It's going to be for because you're black. It's going to be because
that's what I'm saying.
It's not going to be because you said fuck the president.
I'm
That's
saying
not
we
what
just
you're
have
getting
different
jailed for.
reasons. Yeah. It's not for political dissidents. We just have other reasons. You know, it's for racism. You know, or
hugely,
Islamophobia, you know, the war on terror, yada yada. You know, that old classic. I'm sure that'll be coming back. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Who knows what the surveillance state's gonna be like over the next 4 years? Good God, we're gonna have to stop doing this It's gonna be we're gonna be so fucking cool when podcasting like this is gonna be illegal. That'll be badass.
Yeah, but come at me. What do I care?
Yeah. What do I got to fucking lose?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I have my cat. He'll be loved by someone, one of my friends.
Yeah. So figure
I can get really buff in
stay at your
prison.
mom's for a little while. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got a good mom. It's all good. I'll be back.
She'll be like, no big deal, but my dad's a dissonant.
Yeah.
So
my dad's a political dissident. Yeah, I can't bring him to school.
Yeah, I know I said it wrong. Thanks.
For oh, did you? Oh, I don't even remember. No, I can't bring him to school for job day. So I'm gonna read his letter from jail. Everyone's like,
he's like the bourgeois pig.
Yeah. On there's a parasite on the hard drive of the working robot. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Not good.
Oops.
Sounds like you're pretty into this. Blather.
Yeah, we can just spend 4 years saying,
"Suck my dick, government,"
and then get put in jail for it.
Yeah, I feel like they're just too incompetent to. I mean,
yeah.
Obviously, they're not looking for people like us. That's not cool, obviously, but you know, it is like a huge privilege to be who we are.
Yeah,
I mean,
no one listen to us.
because I'm just like really being so like nobody fucking cares and just like really thinking about Hassan and like, you know, my white privilege showing up in like the way that I get to live my life. It's truly one time in Charlotte, I was with a friend of mine. He's a black man, and I was like being goofy and like running down the sidewalk, and he's like, Natalie, like I'm not. He's like, don't do that. Like genuinely, like you're like running away from me, like goofy.
Make a scene running
like,
away
you're gonna make
from
me
me.
Run down the street here, like after you, or
chasing
whatever.
a white woman down the street.
And like I'm all like,
you're like, get away from me! No.
Yeah, No, it wasn't like that. But it was just like being silly.
It's called we do a little trolling.
As he's getting tased.
Yeah, like, can you
As
hear
the
me?
dogs are biting him.
Yeah.
It's called trolling. We do a little trolling.
Oh, and one of my favorite people. Oh, she's so smart.
Such a brilliant woman. Yeah, all while Trump's just yelling at him.
The N-word.
No.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Dang, I had something there for a tangent. I forgot. Oh, yeah, and and there's still... oh, yeah. It really sucks that that's the best case scenario. That's the best outcome, is that we're really just... Since we're not... I don't know. I'm not rooting for some brilliant resistance movement from the Dems. Not from what I've seen over the past couple weeks. I mean, maybe it's only been so much time. You can't get burned out immediately on what's going on, but I don't know. We could see things turn around, but who knows? It doesn't look good so far. They're not on track for anything remotely viable moving forward as a party. So, in terms of messaging, yeah, exactly. They belong in the rubbish bin. Put it out on the street on Tuesday. But, so best case scenario is like, what a piece of shit country we live in. Is we're just rooting for complete and utter incompetence, because that's the best case scenario. Is Trump just doesn't really get any of the things done that he's saying he's going to get done, and it's just another run-of-the-mill neocon. We're just doing drone strikes in the Middle East. We're just cutting big checks to big contractors,
to big
billionaire companies, big pharma, gutting programs. Poor people get shafted. Yada, yada, yada.
What else is new?
And then by the end of his term, the economy is going in the gutter. And
they will be done with him.
Yeah, exactly. He'll probably be dead at that point. Whatever. So, I mean, probably. But
let's hope so.
Yeah. It's just
that's just a fun thought. I hadn't
Big
really thought about that.
Oh, man. I had a Big Mac the other day. I love Big Macs. They're so good.
I like the Thousand Island or whatever it is.
Hell yeah. Mac sauce, just Thousand Island, yeah. But and I even I said that to, of all people, there's this old white lady from Mississippi who is one of my customers, and she had brought up politics, but was obviously very disappointed by the outcome, and just says, I just can't believe, and some people even in the church that, like this guy said, how can you even believe this? This man, just the way that he treats women. And I have a daughter, I would never, and I was like, oh, thank God. I was kind of talking to her, because you kind of talk around it with customers, but and then you can, even if you tell they're anti-Trumpers, which happens more often than you think around here, but because the people that are pro-Trump just say it all the time, like, well, thank God Trump's elected because he's going to bring these jobs back or whatever. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool, bye. But anyone else, everyone has to feel each other out around here, because otherwise you're going to get like your windows smashed out by some redneck maniac, but yeah. And I was like, that's the thing. That's the position we're in, is we're just hoping for complete incompetence, and we have to wait him out. She's like, isn't it a disaster? And she's like 81 years old. She's like, I know, right? It's like, this is the end of her life. She's like, it's terrible. I just got to wait him out. I was like, oh, man. That sucks.
Damn. Yeah.
But she seems more spry.
Yeah,
she seems more spry than Trump. So I like her. So who knows? But,
Because I have some very personal shit to talk about. If you interrupt me again, I swear to God, you will be paying for it for a long time.
That's what she told me.
Oh my gosh, I forgot that this whole time I could have been saying to you.
That's right. Although that won't show up in your
And-
recording, but yes, it will show
But
up in the
also, I wanted,
master.
yeah, I wanted to say that, of course, I think everyone already knows this, but I like to remind them that
Everyone is stupid except me.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with that,
You do that
it's like
again, I'm gonna
we're
come
like
over
an
there and
hour.
physically assault you with this champagne bomb and break it over your stupid Joker face.
Okay. You got that?
Okay.
If you do that again,
that's
I'm gonna.
And you know, to that I say,
don't do it.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
All of them at the same time.
I hope you get ass cancer and die, you son of a bitch.
That's because you're an honorless, lying little turd.
I'll cut your throat. I'll come to your house and kill your children.
Don't.
I'm gonna
eat a kid and walk.
Oh, okay, nice. Shout out to Aaron Brown. We love you.
Our Lord and
Aaron
Savior.
Brown, put me on the show next time. I have some real personal shit to talk to you about. No, I think I would be a great person to have on the show, to have Inane Blather on the Patreon live show. I sat in the lobby, and for some reason, what was it, JD Gold or whatever, JD Goldhawks had barely got in, and then you moved him right into the live show, even though all the rest of us had been patiently waiting. And then we all chanted in the chat to put Alas Babbles on, where it said, one more caller, put Alas Babbles on, put him on. And he just did, nope, it was the last call. So we tried, but...
I saw him DJing at that event, or I saw a video of him on Reddit.
In Austin.
He's so...
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Aaron Brown.
I was like, look at him.
When he was playing his like AI music and stuff, it was really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. He makes the best AI music there is. But
don't quote me on that though.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now that's the first goddamn thing you've ever said that made one piece of fucking sense.
Anyway,
So forget about it, cuz.
let's get going.
Okay, I love you.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Danae.
I love you,
Let's have
everybody.
Danae back on the show again. And
Definitely.
Shout out to Zach. Let's have Zach back on the show again.
Yeah.
Let's have Humby on the show again. Let's get Emily on the show again.
Oh
Let's,
yeah, maybe for Christmas.
And actually, if we do it this way, we don't have to worry about all these technical issues. We'll just get you on Discord and put you on the show. That's the way it's going to go. Okay?
That's the way gonna go on the show. Oh, I forgot that we're recording this, so that's embarrassing.
You
I'm not gonna. I was just joking around. Come on, guys.
Now, that's the first goddamn thing you've ever said that made one piece of fucking sense.
You don't try all of your stuff live. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah, exactly.
Bitches leave.
Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.